what's going on. Today I'm going to show you 3 basketball cards, sports investments that are going up that I think have a good potential to really go up and make quite a bit of money in the next month or so before the NBA season kicks off. But before that, as you might know, I have the Sports Card Society, where it's a membership group that I have, and almost every day I make a special video, and in the video shows a bunch of research and a card that I'm picking to invest in and that I'm buying in, and I share it exclusively with my members. And in the past month or two, we've been able to roughly double our money. About every month or so, probably about a month and a half, because the market's been flat. It's usually a lot more than that. But here's, for instance, about a month ago, I was recommending the John Morant Select Courtside to my membership group, the PSA 10. Now, the card's going for about $1,500 today, but a month ago I was recommending it, and as you can see, it was only going for about $695, $670. So in a little over a month, me and my members were able to turn $670 into about $1,500, and I haven't even sold any of mine yet, because I think this card is going to keep going up until we get closer to the season, which is about a month away to the day, I believe. But anyway, so if you want to join into the membership group and get notified and get exclusive videos on tips and good sports cards investments to really join in the profit with us, then just go to sportscardsociety.com. The link is in the description. And all right, let's get rolling. The first card I have for you, oh, by the way, do all the YouTube stuff, like the video. I spend a lot of time making these videos, subscribe, all that stuff, because you really want to get on this as fast as possible. All right, let's roll. Now, the first guy I got for you is Tyler Herro and his Prism. Now, as you see here, by the way, I'm in the Market Movers tool. There's also a link to this in the description. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off. I really love this tool. It's an absolutely essential piece of my research method to be able to find good sports card investments, because it's really about finding value, and this shows me exactly what's going on. Anyways, so back in late September, which is when Tyler Herro really started to peak, because they were in the conference finals and then of course the finals. And his Prism PSA 10 got all the way up to about $450, and his 9 got all the way up to somewhere around $150. I think that is the height of it right there. Yep. And so right now, it's kind of lagging a bit because the market's starting to take off, but the big guys really start taking off first. Trae Young and Luka were the ones to really kick it off, but Tyler Herro's still lagging behind a bit because he was a rookie last year. A lot of people are wondering, oh, is he hype? Is he this? Is he that? Is he actually going to live up to anything? And frankly, I don't know. I think he's going to be a good player, but what I do know is his cards have already gotten up to this value, $450 for the 10, $150 for the 9. And right now, they're sitting at around $240 for the 10 and $75 for the 9. So roughly, they're sitting about 50% of that value. Now, I expect these cards to be able to get back up to here because he should still get a good amount of playing time, and now he's more experienced. I expect him to progress and show that he's a good player. And so this is a card that we've also been seeing starting to tick up, because as you see back here, it's around 200, getting up to about 80 there for the 10. So this card, it hasn't really taken off that much, but it's going to be taking off very soon. As you see back here, here's the card in case you didn't know what it looked like. It's already starting to go up. This is over the last 7 days. It's showing the change. So 40%, 85%. These ratios are pretty good here, because usually you're going to see about the 9 be about a third of the PSA 10. And we're seeing that's pretty much the same here. The 10 is a little bit over 3 times value of the 9, so maybe the 9 is a little bit of a good value right there. But either way, this card just has a lot of room to go, because there's its height, 450 and 150 for the 10 and the 9, and right now it's sitting at 250, 260 for the 240 even for the 10, and about 75 for the 9. So Tyler Herro, his 2019 Prism, and the pop count is relatively low, so that is a good thing. In case you didn't know that, but you probably know that. You've probably been in the market for a little while. All right, let's get on to the next player. Next player I have for you is De'Aaron Fox, and I'm looking at his 2017 Optic and his Prism, although I'm not going to necessarily suggest to buy both. I think both are a good buy right now, but one is better than the other. So hold on, I'll explain why. So as we go back here to the height, which was in early August, which it was for many players, because that was in the bubble and everything like that. Tyler Herro was higher because he really started to, frankly, kick some ass in the conference finals and the finals, and really started to get a lot of people's attention with so many eyes being on him because it's the playoffs. And he was doing really well as a rookie on a team that's really competing and made it all the way to the finals. Now, his Prism 10 got all the way up to about 325, 330, and the 9 got up to about $100. These are the Prisms. Now, as for the optic got up to almost $200, and then somewhere around 65, $70 for the 9. Now, keep in mind, we're going to go to today. The 10 is going for about $250, and the 9 is going for about $75. So again, let's compare that, right? So we'll call it 330 and 100 to 250 and 75. So that 10, there's a lot of room in there as well as with the 9. So that's the Prism. But guess what? The optic is the one that I'm actually more favored on. Now, because look, the height of the optic 10 got to almost $200, as you see in green. And the 9 got to about $65, as you see in orange. So what I really like is the optic PSA 10, because it got up to around $200, and right now you can get it for somewhere around $100. Right, the latest sale being $89.51. I'm guessing that was an eBay auction. These are all eBay sales. That's what Market Movers uses. By the way, a link is in the description. For the Market Movers tool, use code SOCIETY for 20% off. I really like this optic PSA 10, and this is a card I've been recommending to my members since this little dip right here. So we've been getting it for around $90, and it's still going for around $90, and that hasn't been much time. But again, De'Aaron Fox is a guy that hasn't quite started going up yet, but he will very soon because, well, that's what goes on this time of year when we start getting that much closer to the season. And I see all the indicators and the trends for the other card leaders, the other players that lead the way, such as Trey and Luka and some other guys. And they're really going up. Zion's starting to go up. Ja's starting to go up. De'Aaron Fox isn't the first guy to go up, but he's going to go up. So this optic PSA 10, very good buy right now, $90. And again, this is one that I've been buying, one I've been recommending to my society members because there was its height, almost $200. So we got a lot of room to go. I expect that card to get back to at least there, of course, unless De'Aaron Fox gets hurt or something. But that is the case with any player, right? So that doesn't even need to be said. So right now, that is the other one that I would recommend. Now, one more player is Deandre Ayton. Now, the Suns have been really making some noise, right? Because they signed Chris Paul, and Chris Paul is just going to dish the ball to Deandre Ayton. Deandre Ayton already scores basically a double-double a game. He averages 20-some points a game, 20, 21, 22 points a game, and he gets, I think around 10 rebounds a game. Very productive guy. And he'll be coming into his third year here. He was the number 1 overall pick in 2018. So that was ahead of Trae Young, ahead of Luka Doncic. And what I'm looking at here is his Prism and his optic. So let's look at what he was at the height. His Prism, PSA 10. Now, they didn't even make the playoffs last year. The Western Conference is really hard. The Western Conference is definitely more competitive than the East. But now they took on Chris Paul. Deandre Ayton should be developing even more. Booker, should be, the stud that he is. And so the Suns are going to be a really competitive team. And looking at his 2018 Prism rookie base PSA 10, it got to a little over $200, and the 9 got to a little over $50. And when we look at what it's doing right now, because this is all the signing, I was recommending it to my members back here around $100. This is where we were buying the PSA 10 at. And we're doing, because, I also knew of rumors that Chris Paul, I thought he would end up with the Suns. And so I was really pushing this hard to my society members. By the way, sportscardsociety.com, link is in description if you'd like to join. It's only $9.99 a month. Exclusive video pretty much every day. Anyways, so we were buying it around here, and we were very happy because we're already up here to this $200 mark. I'm sitting on, I think I have like 7 of these PSA 10s. I'm very happy. I mean, that's a quick $700. And the season hasn't even started. So, I'm going to sell a couple of those just to break even. And I'm going to hold on to the rest till at least the season starts. and then maybe sell another one or two, and then sell them maybe mid-season as long as things are progressing as well as I'd hoped. But Deandre Ayton is a guy that I've really been pushing hard to my society, guy that I've been buying, and I know even though his PSA 10 has already basically met his all-time high, that just shows me I think this card is going to go up more than this. I think it's got a good chance of going to 300 bucks. I feel very confident about, but I could see 400, maybe even 5. But for it to get to over 400, it's got to be in the season, and the sun's got to be really making some noise. You know what I mean? So I really like that card. The optic is a good buy too, as you see there in the orange. It's been spiking up. But at this time, I would only recommend the Prism, and that's what I'm recommending my society members too. But with that being said, that is the content, that is the video for you today. If you'd like to join in the profits with us and really get ahead on tips like this and make more money with us and get alerted of these buys and this research much further ahead of time and get an exclusive video today. Also, members of the society get 20-day PSA grading for just $25. Now, if you go on the PSA website right now, the best you can really get is 25-day grading, and that costs $50, $50. So members of the Sports Card Society also get 20-day grading at PSA for just $25. With that being said, that's what I got for you. Get buying some cards because it is just heating up, baby. All right, stay classy. You are awesome.